Hello friends. So today we are going to study about the activation function, why the activation function would be required in a neural network, and what are the advantage of using the activation function. So if you see our real world data, the real world data is non-linear, as we have already studied earlier that my single line would not be able to classify my data set into two classes, right? So there would be some non-linear functionality would be required to classify my data set into a multiple classes, correct? So let's take an example over here. This particular statement, the weighted average of this hidden neuron x1 w1 plus x2 w2 is a uh, equation of a straight line, right? And this equation of a straight line would not be able to classify or would not be able to differentiate between the two class. We need to make this particular straight line into the non-linear. So when we'll pass this equation into the non-linear sigmoidal function, this straight line would be bent something like that, right? So it was my straight line over here, and when I pass this sigmoidal function to the sigmoidal function, this straight line would bend like this. So that's the reason we would be using the activation function, so that my equation or my straight line would become a non-linear, and it would be easy for me to uh, classify my data set into the multiple classes when the nature of my data set is not real, non-linear, right? So that's the reason this activation function would be required to make it the linear into the non-linear functionality, right? So there are a different type of an activation function, and when to use that activation function, which activation function needs to be used, which activation function not to be used, for what application we need to use which activation function, this we are going to study now, right? So the number one first activation function is a sigmoid activation function. As we've studied that a sigmoid activation function is 1 upon 1 plus e to the power minus z, right? So when you pass the value of z as my x is equal to 2, right? So when you pass this value, then my value would be 0.88, and you know this sigmoidal activation function, my value lies between 0 to 1. So whatever the value you'll pass over here in this x z part, it would give the value between 0 to 1. So what you have observed over here, my value is lies between 0 to 1. So this can also be treated in an advanced neural network when we'll study in a further slides regarding this RNN and LSTM. You will see that we are using a sigmoidal function as a gates, right? So when you need to pass this particular value and you want to find it out whether this particular value is relevant or not, then you will pass that value to the sigmoidal function, which gives that this value is relevant or not. If the value is greater than 1, or if the value is nearer to 1, then it would be considered as a relevant, and if the value is 0, then the neural network will say you can discard certain values, right? So it can be used as a gate, and also the sigmoidal function would be used as or as called as a logistic function. So what is a disadvantage of using a sigmoidal function? When we need to use the sigmoidal function and one not to use. So we have seen in our earlier slide when we'll calculate the gradient descent, right? So one of my gradient descent formula is okay. I'll explain it over here, right? So when I'll calculate this, so my value of E with respect to W1 would be dE upon dA and dA upon dZ and then dZ upon dW1, right? The derivative of dZ with respect to the dW1. Okay, so when I'll calculate this derivative of my activation function, dE upon dA, A is an activation function. So if I have passed the activation function as a sigmoidal, the derivative of my sigmoidal function would give the less value. I understand that how to uh, explain this part. So what I can say is that when I'll pass this blue line, if you see this blue line is a sigmoidal function. When I take a derivative of this blue line, then you will see that the derivative of blue line is the yellow one, and this yellow one is having a maximum value of 0.2, nearer to 0.23 or 0.24. So when we'll multiply with this small value, right, this small value, and when a small value is multiplied with another small value, then my value is getting smaller and smaller. Like 0.2 when multiplied with 0.2, then it would become a 0.04, which becomes smaller. So there, then in that case, my gradient vanish problem would easily occur, right? My values are getting very small to small. That's the reason my weight would not get updated at a higher rate, and my neural network would not be able to learn much. So that is a problem of a sigmoidal function. So the recommendation of a sigmoidal function is not to use inside the hidden layer. Always use sigmoidal function only at a output layer, right? So that's the reason we would not be using a sigmoidal function. And one more advice what I can say: if my hidden neuron is is less than 5 and my hidden neuron is hidden layer is 1, then only if you see you can use a sigmoidal function in a hidden neuron. Otherwise, please don't use the sigmoidal function in a hidden layer. The another activation function is a hybrid 10 activation function that we call as a 10h function, and this is the formula of this, that a function of fx is 1 minus e to power minus 2x divided by 1 plus e to power minus 2x, right? So when you'll put your data value over here in x, you will find that f0 is equal to 0, and there are different value of an x. I have put it to show it. If the value is smaller, my 10h function or my this activation function would give a small value. The more value you would give to the activation function, it will give the more values. How it signifies? First of all, we'll try to understand this 10h function. 10h function would value of a 10h activation function would lie between the -1 to 1, right? So if my value is very less, so my activation function would also give the less value. So this 10h function would be used when you wanted to find out the relevance of the multiple uh, uh, output value. For an example, when you pass the text, right? So if you have, and that text is having a sequence of words. So when you wanted to understand that sequence of a word, which word is more relevant and which word is not relevant, in that case, you will pass a 10h function which says that some of my word is not relevant and not needs to be understood, and some of the word is more relevant, which helps my sentence to understand the what actually the sentence says. What are the word are mean which what the sentence says, right? So there are certain words which gives a more importance of the whole sentences. So in that scenario, the 10h function would be used. And if you take the derivative of a 10h function, this 10h function will give a 1 minus 10h whole square. And if you plot it into the graph, you will see my value would lie between the 0 to 1. So the problem of a sigmoidal function, which we have seen that it would give a very less value between 0.23 to 0.25, it has also been eliminated in a 10h function. So 10h function would be used in a and in mostly in the hidden neurons, right? The next activation function which we are using it is a rectified linear unit, that is a ReLU, and this is the most used activation function which we are using it, and the formula of that is maximum of 0 versus z. So if the value is less than 0, then it would convert the value as 0, otherwise it will keep the value as same. So why it is the most popular one? So suppose in case of a pixel image, right? So when the image of would each pixel of an image, the value would lies between 0 to 255, and when I pass this from the neural network, if my value comes as a negative, right? So my negative will give the blurred image, right? So I don't want that blurred image. So that's the reason we'll pass it to the ReLU function, and it will give the value of 0, and whatever the other value, if it is greater than 0, then it would keep it as it is, right? So wherein you want the value of that particular neuron to be same, and if it is less than 0, make it as a 0. Then we are using a ReLU activation function, and it is the most used function. If you don't know what activation function you need to use it, I recommend you to use the ReLU activation function, right? So that's all about this ReLU activation function. So if you hope this session would be helpful or informative for you. In case of any query, you can just mail me your query. I will definitely answer it within a 48 hours. And thank you. Thanks a lot.